and I had to sort of get some energy together. I kind of got tired yesterday. Ali, I did a puppet show and then with your sister Zainab. Yeah, yeah, and I also then did an Urdu lecture, so I kind of got tired. And of course, I've got cleaning and cooking, and I have to spend time with family as well. But thanks to all of you who wrote today to encourage me to come online. And so I got Ali out, and he got all dressed up for the occasion. Yeah, I don't I look cool? Yeah, well, today I want to talk about being cool, Ali. Because, often we think to be cool means to be rough and tough and to be mean. But today we're talking about a personality who was quite cool, mashallah. Very cool indeed. So much so that he is someone we look up to all over the world for hundreds of years. I mean, the name of Hazrat Abbas makes all of us sort of, our hearts start to pound. We feel like, wow, I wish we could be like Abbas. Yeah, that's true. Whenever I hear about what Hazrat Abbas did, I always feel like, I want to be that brave. Yeah, and it's not just about bravery. The thing that stands out about Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam was his soft heart, right, Ali? I mean, why did he go out into the battlefield? True. It was because he heard Bibi Sakina alayhi salam crying, and when she went to him asking, he couldn't say no, right? Yeah. And so he thought, let me go and make Bibi Sakina happy. Let me fulfill her thirst. And that actually makes him really, really a wonderful person. I want to be like him. Good, Ali. And that is exactly what we should all be thinking. We want to be like Hazrat Abbas. We want to be emotional like him, and we want to be brave like him. And why are we brave? Because we're doing something for the cause of God. We're doing something for the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So our bravery is not in killing people. Our bravery is not in bullying people. Our bravery is not in doing things that are not allowed. That's not cool. Our bravery is when we go out on a limb. Our bravery is when we that is go good, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be happy about. And so I want to tell you a little bit about some of the things that I have gotten from this book. And it is an amazing book, and I really hope, Ali, that you will find time to read this book. It's very easy to read. First of all, to understand who Hazrat Abbas was is to first understand his mother. And you know what his mother's name was, right? His mother's name is a very famous name. Come on, you know it. Bibi Baneen. Very good. See, you know your stuff. Bibi Baneen alayhi salam was actually what her real name was. I mean, her own name. Do you know what her own name was? This was a title that was given to her, but her true name? I don't know. Bibi Baneen's real name was Fatima. Wow, that's a beautiful name. Why don't we call her Fatima? Because when Bibi Fatima alayhi salam passed away, Bibi Baneen was sent a proposal by Imam Ali alayhi salam. And Bibi Baneen said that this is a very, very big task. I have to be a wife to Imam Hussain and Imam Hussain. I have to be the wife of an Imam, be the mother of future Imams, and the mother of Bibi Fatima, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam. How can I do all this? And then she thought, I don't want the children of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam to ever feel that I'm trying to replace their mother. And so when she got married and she entered the home of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam, one of the first things she asked, and she told Imam Ali alayhi salam, she said, please never call me by the name Fatima. What? Yeah, she said, I don't want the children to feel that I have tried to replace their mother. Ya Mawla, I'm here to serve the children. So call me by something else, by another name. And so Bibi Baneen showed us that her whole role when she entered the home of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam was the role of a kaniz. What does that mean? Kaniz is a slave, like we say abd. When we say abd, it means a person is a slave. And that's why we say abd Allah, the person who is the slave of God. And this is a title that we also refer to Imam Hussain with. He is Abu Abdullah al-Hussain. He is the slave of God. And so a kaniz is a slave, and we can say Kanize Fatima, a slave of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. She made herself look like a servant, a slave. Well, I wouldn't say servant, because when we are a slave of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam, we have a high title. Even though it sounds like the word slave often has this connotation of somebody who is oppressed or has no power, but to be the slave of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam makes a person a queen in this world. There was another lady who had given up her own life to become a slave in the home of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Can you guess who that is? No, I have no idea. Well, there was a lady who, her name was actually Maimuna, and she was a princess. She was an Ethiopian princess, and she lived in Ethiopia. But she loved the Ahlulbayt alayhi salam very much, and it was her dream to serve Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. And so she gave up her throne. She gave up her life in Ethiopia to come all the way to Medina to become a servant, a slave in the house of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Whoa, really? She stopped being a princess? Yep. And you know what her name is now? She also got a title. Her name, we always refer to her as Fidda. What? Bibi Fidda alayhi salam was a very loyal person of this home. And when we hear about the story of, for example, the Ahlulbayt alayhi salam fasting for 3 days, you remember that story? Oh yeah, when they were fasting and then the miskin and the yatim and the asir came to their house? Yes, that's the exact 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 came to their house? Yes, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, is that she would get to be in Karbala. She wanted to serve Imam Hussain alayhi salam as well. When Imam Hussain was born and his story was told by the Prophet to all the members home, Bibi Fidda, who was the princess, once upon a princess, she said, Ya Rasulullah, would you allow me to live for that time when Imam Hussain alayhi salam gives his life? Because I want to serve him at that time. And you know what? Bibi Fidda was given this gift from the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He prayed for her life, and she lived long enough to be in Karbala. And she was an elderly lady, but she served right beside Bibi Zainab, being her strength and being her help. She helped them all the way when they returned back to Medina. And having Bibi Fidda alayhi salam was very helpful. You know why? Because she would often go and give the message when all the men would be sitting there. She could go to Imam Hussain alayhi salam, and she could actually go to him and ask whatever the message was that his sister was sending. So mashallah, Bibi Fidda alayhi salam is an example of a lady who was a princess who gave up her life to be a servant. And the poets have written about this, that look at the life of Fidda, that she gave up the Badshahi, she gave up the opportunity to be a king, a queen, she gave up royalty, and yet what she got as being a slave to Bibi Fatima alayhi salam is higher than any royalty she could have ever gotten. Whoa, subhanallah, this is amazing. And wow, I really want to thank all the people who are watching online right now. We thought a lot of people would be sleeping right now, but I see a lot of people from all over the world joining us right now. Yes, I was hoping that the children in Dubai who've written to me and the children from Mumbai and Karachi, they all wanted to be watching today. But alhamdulillah, this is recorded, so they can watch later on as well. But I'm so thankful for all of you who are here online live, because that kind of makes us feel like we're not sitting here alone, Ali and I. But there's a lot to talk about, Ali, so let's get right down to it. So the day that Bibi Ummul Baneen alayhi salam entered the home of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam, you've got to remember, Ali, that Bibi Fatima alayhi salam had passed away. What do you think was happening with the children of Bibi Fatima? Tell me. I'm guessing they would be sad. Yeah, they were crying. They were very sad. Their mom had passed away. And history tells us that Imam Hassan and Hussain had actually become unwell. They had a fever. And when she entered the home, Bibi Ummul Baneen immediately saw that the children were not well, but they all came to the door to greet her. And they all said, "Oh, mother, welcome." They called her mom? Yeah, they called her mom. That's the respect that these children had been taught by their mother and their father. That when they had a step, you know, the word stepmother often in storybooks and even right now, whenever we say somebody is a stepmother or a stepbrother, we always get this connotation that that's a very God forbid evil person. Bibi Baneen alayhi salam claimed this title that and showed us that a woman can be a mother to people who are not her children, and she can be the best mother. So much so that you know, after Karbala, when they returned back to Medina, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam visited the home of Bibi Baneen first, and she went to give her condolences. After she went to the grave of her father, of her mother and her grandfather, she immediately went to give condolences to the home of Bibi Baneen, and says, she said, "Mother, I want to give you condolences, and I want to tell you that Abbas gave up his life, and I witnessed that." But Bibi Baneen always considered herself a slave, but she also considered the children of Bibi Fatima alayhi salam first. She treated them like her true children. She served them in such a way that when these children came to the door and they said salam to her, she said, "No, please don't call me mom. You don't have to call me mother. I am your slave. I'm your kaniz. I have come to serve you. And I give you condolences that your mother has passed away." And then she saw that Hassan and Hussein were not well. And so she immediately put them to bed and she stroked their hair just like a mother does. And she spoke to them so sweetly and so softly with so much sympathy that history tells us that, you know how you talk in a very gentle voice when somebody's sick? Yeah, when I'm sick, my mom, she it's so embarrassing, but she's like kissing me and stroking my hair, and you know, it makes me feel better, honestly. And then she makes me food, and she talks to me in this gentle voice. Yeah, that's exactly what Bibi Baneen alayhi salam did. She spoke in such a soft voice that history tells us that her voice never changed after that. She always spoke to them so gently. She always said to them, "Are you okay? Can I do something for you? Would you like something? How are you, my child?" She always spoke very lovingly, extra lovingly to these children. And we find that Bibi Baneen was so nice that Imam Hussain and all of them, Bibi Kulthum was very small. You know, she was so young that when she went to the funeral of her mother, people noticed that she was wearing an abaya that was too long for her. She was tripping on it. She was so small that you wonder who dressed her up that day. She had become a yatim. She had lost her mother. That is so sad. I know. And I want to mention here, mashallah, as I'm scrolling down the screen here, I'm seeing people from Nairobi who have joined us, from Karachi, and subhanallah, it's quite late in the night for all of these people, and I'm so thankful for to you all for joining. God bless you all. So let's get down to what some of these amazing things from this book. I'm Oops, I think I just changed the screen. Can you still see me? Do let me know if for some reason the screen changes, okay? Because sometimes I click things here. Yes, okay. So let's get down to it. And Bibi Baneen alayhi salam was the daughter of the leader of a tribe. So she was a princess too. Exactly. He was a very, very powerful chief of his people. And she was from a very, very noble family. And it is, history tells us, and especially in this book, Al Abbas, you find that there were 11 generations of mothers before Bibi Baneen that had been basically looked at. And as you know, her lineage was you want me to be louder? Okay, I've got this. I have been asked to be louder before as well. Thank you for letting me know. But I'm surprised because this laptop should be able to take my voice. Is this better? Just send me a thumbs up, so I know I'm going to try to speak louder. Okay, I'm very sorry. So basically, Bibi Baneen was checked. Her life and her family was checked, and we know that Hazrat Akil was asked. You know that name, Muslim Ibn Akil? Yeah, yeah. In the story of Karbala, we hear about Imam Hazrat Muslim Ibn Akil, who went as an ambassador. Yes, he was sent to Kufa. So this is the father of Hazrat Muslim. It was Hazrat Akil. He was the brother of Imam alayhi salam. And asked by Imam Ali alayhi salam, was very good at checking people's genealogy, their whole family history. So he looked at not only the fact that all of Bibi Baneen's family was known for their bravery. Yes, we all know that one. So they were known for horsemanship. They were known for heroism. They were known for courage. But it is also very important to understand and think about this. Imam Ali alayhi salam would not just marry a lady just because she was from a family of warriors. Definitely that was necessary because a son had to be born from her. Hazrat Abbas? Yes, exactly. And by the way, Hazrat Abbas was not the only son. There were many other sons also. Bibi Baneen was known to be the mother of sons. Oh, there were more than one son? Yes, we hear about Hazrat Abbas more, but there were other sons as well, and I'll get into that as well. So basically, Imam Ali alayhi salam would want to have a wife who was from a good family, known for a family that is honest. You know how important honesty is, Ali? Well, my mom always gets upset when I lie. Yes, lies are very bad. And when we lie, we ruin our reputation. You could be the bravest person. You could be a person who prays all the time and fasts and even be a Maulana or a Zakira. But if you lie, then your word has no meaning. You cannot be trusted. So lying is bad? Of course it is. So be mindful of that, Ali. Never ever lie, because you can lose a lot of respect and you can hurt people in your life. And that's why Imam Ali alayhi salam wanted the best wife. And so they went into her family history and they found out that Bibi Baneen's mother was also known to be a very pious lady, a very, very good Muslim indeed. And she was also known, her mother was also known for being very honorable, a very modest woman who covered herself, a good reputation. So Bibi Baneen was an amazing lady, but her mother was an amazing lady. Her mother's mother and her mother's mother. You mean her great, 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 great grandmother? Yes, up to 11 generations above Bibi Baneen. You mean her great, 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 great grandmother? Yes, 11 great grandmothers. All right, and the father of Muslim ibn Akil had done this. He had checked every lady who came, because to give birth to a child in the home of Imam Ali alayhi salam, you would have to have pure blood throughout. Sometimes we look at people's names or just their reputation, but it's also important to see how they behaved over generations, right? If they were from a good family that had these principles in their home. So her father was one of the most celebrated personalities of the Arab people, all right? And her family was known for charity. It was known for nobility, courage, bravery. And look, she had a high job, okay? She had to be the wife of an imam. Imam Ali? Yes, she had to be the mother of two imams. Who would that be? Imam Hussain and Hussain? Yes. And she would have to be she would have to be a wife of Imam Ali alayhi salam, who used to be a very high status lady, right? She was a Panjatan. Who was that baby? Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. Exactly. So imagine, she was in the home of the Panjatan. She had Imam Ali as her husband. She would have to have Hassan and Hussein as her children, Zainab and Kulsum, and she had to be after Bibi Fatima. She had a huge responsibility. And historians do confirm that she was the first after Bibi Fatima alayhi salam. And she had a high job, a very high job of bringing up these daughters as well. I mean, to be the mother of sons, but to be the mother of daughters was also a huge, huge responsibility. But the key thing about Bibi Baneen alayhi salam was she was a lover of the Ahlelbayt. She was a Kaniz of Bibi Fatima. She looked up to Bibi Fatima as her princess, as her role model. And that is why when the proposal came, she said, How can I do this? I can't. This is too big a job for me. But then when she realized that she had these children, Hassan and Hussein and Zainab and Kulthum, she realized, I have to be there. I have to help out. And so her father was very happy when the proposal came. And she became a comfort. She became a comfort to this family. She became this a lady who came and brought love to these children who were crying. And history tells us that she literally threw herself at their feet. What? Yes, she said, please don't think of me as your mother. I'm your Kaniz. And she was so beautiful and such a wonderful person that the children have always praised her. The Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam have praised Bibi Baneen alayhi salam. Bibi Zainab alayhi salam used to visit her on Eid. She used to visit her grave, like even her grave, and she's buried in Jannatul Baqi. So this is a very special place. And when you go to Medina, when you send your salam to Bibi Fatima alayhi salam, and do remember that Ummul Baneen is in that graveyard. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to go to that place and go right there to that grave and send our love. Now, she had 4 sons that were actually martyred in Karbala. And so basically she was born from a family of really incredible people who had given their lives for good causes, but then she had children who were now giving their life for these causes. And so the 4 sons, and she had many other sons, her 4 sons were Abbas, Abdullah, Jaffer, and Uthman. These are the 4 sons that were sacrificed for Islam in Karbala. Wow, those are beautiful names. Yes, mashallah. And she brought up each of her sons to sacrifice for Islam. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given her such an elevated status that she has become also a wasila. You can also use the name of Bibi Baneen alayhi salam to ask for your dua. And they are, when I have gone to majalis in the Iraqi or the Lebanese community, there are entire majalises that are dedicated only to Bibi Baneen alayhi salam, and there are special amal that are done just to ask for Bibi Baneen. She has the power of wasila. She can do intercession. You can use her name and say, Oh Allah, for the sake of the mother of Abbas, the mother who gave birth to Abbas, the mother who brought up Hassan and Hussein, who was a mother to Zainab and Kulthum, in her name, oh Allah, I ask you for my shifa. And by the way, I'm seeing some people write that they can't hear. Can you also try on your own computer or your phone to turn up your volume? Because sometimes the problem could be from your own electronic device. Right now, I'm on maximum. In the future, I could try and wear a headphone so that the sound goes directly in. And I'll do that if this continues to be a problem. I want to share so much with you, so please stay with me. Thank you so much. I know it's very late for many of you in different parts of the world, but I want to share with you a very, very beautiful book today, Ali. And before and this is a children's book that I want to read from, but before I do that, let me finish what I was telling you about Bibi Baneen alayhi salam. So here we have that Bibi Baneen had basically 4 sons that she gave in Karbala. But when we hear about Hazrat Abbas, did you know that Hazrat Abbas also had sons, Ali? No way! Yes, he did. No! You mean Hazrat Abbas had children? I thought he loved Sakina and she was like a child to him, but he was a father too? Yes, he was. And you know what? Bibi Sakina definitely was like her, like a child, her own child to him. I mean, he was her uncle. He was her father's brother's daughter. She was, she was her. Okay, well, let me go back. Bibi Sakina was the daughter of Imam Hussain. So her uncle was Hazrat Abbas, right? So Hazrat Abbas had 5 sons. And he also had 2 daughters. No, yes. He had 5 sons named Ubaidullah, Al-Fadl, Al-Hassan, Al-Qasim, and Muhammad. And his son Muhammad was martyred with him in Karbala. And some of his other children were babies in Karbala. Really? Yes. Let me tell you a little bit about his sons. His son Ubaidullah was very handsome, and he was known for his morals, his personality, and do you know, Ali, he became a great scholar. No, he wrote books and he taught. Yes, and Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam used to tell people that, whenever I look at Ubaidullah, it looks like my uncle Abbas. And he used to look at him and he would cry and he would say, "You are as beautiful as your father, and you remind me so much of how your father looked." So imagine this, Ali, that Hazrat Abbas, he was the moon of the Hashemites. He was so beautiful, and he left a son who was as beautiful as him, and he had his walking and talking style, so much so that Imam Zainul Abidin alayhi salam used to look at him and call him and say, "Let me look at you so I can remember my uncle Abbas." Wow. And Al-Hassan, who was the son of Hazrat Abbas, himself had 5 sons who were so honorable they became very big authors. What? One of the other sons of Hazrat Abbas, Al-Fadl, was so eloquent, and he was very religious, very courageous. He was respected by all the caliphs who came after, and he used to give speeches and everything. And Al-Fadl's great, great, great grandsons were famous orators, they were poets, they were authors, and Ibrahim Jardaka is one of the descendants of Hazrat Abbas who wrote books. Abdullah ibn Ali ibn Ibrahim, who wrote the book Al-Jafariya, was also a great, 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 great grandson of Hazrat Abbas. And during Harun al-Rashid's time, the great, great, great grandson of Hazrat Abbas was a celebrated poet, very famous, who used to come and actually give poetry. And there are other descendants of Hazrat Abbas, one of them being Hamza, whose shrine is in Al Jazeera. And many of us who have gone for a ziyarah have been able to visit. This whole village has been named after Al Hamza, which is in Al Jazeera. It's in central Iraq. It's a very beautiful shrine called the Shrine of Al Hamza. This is a great, great, great grandson of Hazrat Abbas, who was a hadith writer, he was a scholar, and basically Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam didn't just leave his own legacy of being this great, great warrior, an uncle and a son and a brother and an amazing human being in his own right, who was full of virtues. That's why his name is Abul Fadl. It means the father of Fadail, of virtues. Imam Hazrat Abbas was not only great himself, but his children and their children and so many children after were great, great, great human beings. So like Bibi Baneen's 11 generations before her, we can know were great human beings, great mothers, and even her fathers, they went and looked beyond his generations, beyond him. Similarly, after Bibi Baneen alayhi salam, her children and their children for years and years and centuries after continued to leave such an incredible legacy. Isn't that just completely incredible? Wow, Auntie, this is just amazing. I'm learning so much. Alhamdulillah. And I think it is very important, Ali, that one of the things we understand about Hazrat Abbas is that he was a great brother. It's very important. He was the brother of Imam Hussain, right? Yes. And he was brought up to serve his brothers. He was brought up to serve his brothers. And he was brought up to serve in such a way that his mother would always say, do not refer to them as your brothers. You call them master, you call them mola, you tell them that you are their slave. And Hazrat Abbas, as you know, till his dying breath, always called Imam Hussain mola. But Ali, you remember yesterday I had done a puppet show with your sister, right? Yeah, Zainab. Do you and Zainab fight? Well, I'm sorry to say, but yeah, quite a lot. Yeah, that's a problem. Because if we love Hazrat Abbas, then we should not ever fight with our siblings. Did Hazrat Abbas fight? God forbid, never. He loved his brothers and his sisters. And so we also need to do that. And even when Imam Ali alayhi salam was passing away, he called Abbas and he said, Abbas, your job in life, Abbas, is to be a support for Hussein. Your job is to be not only a warrior to help him, but to give him emotional support. What does that mean? Emotional support is when somebody's sad, then you tell them, don't worry, it's going to be okay. Emotional support is when somebody says, I'm worried, I'm scared, I'm afraid, and you tell them, don't worry, I'm right here with you. You become somebody's guide and their love and their everything, their best friend. Are you your sister's best friend, Ali? No, my sister bothers me. Well, little sisters often bother us, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't be their best friend. You have to think of yourself as your sister's father. What? Yes, because God forbid if something happens to your parents, you have to be like a father to your little sister. In fact, even if it's your big sister, you have to act like her father. I don't think that's possible. Yes, it is. You know how you be a father? By taking care of them, by making sure all their needs are fulfilled, by paying for their things, by making sure nobody makes them scared. And you know, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam was the big sister of Hazrat Abbas. I never thought of that. Yes, and Bibi Zainab used to look for Hazrat Abbas. Help me, Abbas. I'm alone. Abbas, where are you? And when it was time for her to be guided to sit on the, they were on camels, right? But they had like a little house-like thing that they used to put on top of horses and camels, so people could. I don't know if they did it on horses. It would be only on a camel. Those are called mahmils. That's a place where the ladies can sit, and there's a curtain and everything. Bibi Zainab and Bibi Kulthum were helped by Hazrat Abbas when they needed to get into those high camels. And that is why when Hazrat Abbas was martyred, Bibi Zainab alayhi salam called out, Abbas, where are you today when I need you? Abbas, people are, being so cruel to us. I need you right now. Where are you, Abbas? And today is a happy day because we are remembering the birth of Abbas. But it is impossible to remember Hazrat Abbas without remembering the sad day where he gave his life for Islam. It was a sad day because we lost him, but Hazrat Abbas victorious. You know why he's victorious? You don't win only because you continue to live after a war. You are victorious when what you gave your life for still remains. The principles that you fought for continue to remain. Hazrat Abbas is a victor. He did victory, and his hands that were cut, his arms that were cut, even though he lost them, look at what his arms have become now. They've become a symbol of help. They've become a symbol of the alam of Islam. They have become a symbol of helping. They have become a symbol of strength. Today, we call out to Hazrat Abbas. And it's interesting because even though he went to bring the water for Bibi Sakina, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala didn't want that water to reach Bibi Sakina, for in his infinite wisdom, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala did what he did, and Allah is the best of planners. We have to have faith. When we think, why didn't the water reach Bibi Sakina? Allah knew why he was doing that, because we forever understood that Hazrat Abbas gave his life trying to serve, trying to make a thirsty child, get that water. It doesn't matter if the water gets to somebody or not. It is the fact that you made the effort and you get known for that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala basically gave a promise to Hazrat Abbas. He said, Abbas, today the water did not reach Sakina because I did not want it to reach. I wanted everyone to see how thirsty Yazid can make these poor children. But from this point onwards, O Abbas, if anyone calls out to you, their plea, their request will never ever be refused. Oh, that's beautiful. It really is. And I want to share with you this book written by a good friend of mine. It is called, trying to make sure the glare doesn't come on of the light. Special Hands, the Story of Abbas. Wow, I want to read this book. It's a beautiful book and it is available for purchase. And if I can remember, I will try to find the link for this. And at the bottom of this book, do you see it says Lucky Mom? Where does it say? In the circle. I'm trying to get away from the light so that we can show here. See, it says Lucky Mom in the circle. That's, I think, the way, that's the name of the website, if I'm not mistaken. But my friend's name is Fatima, mashallah, and she wrote this book. You know why she wrote this book, Ali? She wrote it because she wanted a book to tell her children about Hazrat Abbas. And she found that there weren't enough books out there. And she did what was needed. And this is what we have to do. When we find something missing in this world, we say, okay, I'll do it. We can't just sit there waiting or complaining and saying, oh, there's never anything, for us Muslims. So I'm going to read this book to you. I had asked Sister Anila, her name is Anila Fatima, to send me also. Oh, wait, she just said, oh, there is a YouTube link for this. So I'm going to put the YouTube link of also her reading this book. And also, because she just saw this message, and also her voice when she reads this book herself, I cannot do justice to how she reads this story. So I do ask you, I'm going to put it in the link below after I finish this, so you can hear it in her own voice. But because I didn't get this early enough that I could put this in here, I'm going to have to read it to you. So Ali, I'm going to ask you to sit over there in front of me so that you can see the pictures, okay? Would you do that? Sure, I want to see what this book is all about. Yeah. So how about you sit right over there? Thank you, Ali. All right. And this is called The Special Hands of Abbas. And I'm going to try so that we don't get the light of the glare on the pages. I'm going to give me a moment before I set this so that we can see the words. So basically, you don't need to see the words. I want you to see the pictures more, okay? And the pictures here are also drawn by my friend, Sister Fatima. In the beginning of the book, the story of Hazrat Abbas, okay? And then, which is her really beautiful style, she writes a poem about it. So I'm going to read to you the poem, and I just want you to, whenever possible, try to look at the pictures. And I'm really sorry about the glare of the computer screen. Maybe if I make it go down a little, that might help. Okay, maybe this helps. Okay. I'm going to try to speak loudly because I see that people still cannot hear, but please do check the volume in your own computer. I want to tell you about a man, the shining moon of the Hashemi clan. His name was Abbas. What a noble man. Abbas was a prince of the Arabian lands. He had two special hands. Abbas was kind and he was sweet. Friendship with him was a pleasant treat. Abbas was handsome. Abbas was kind. Abbas was handsome, gentle and humble. When they were at war, enemies would crumble. Abbas was tall. Abbas was fast. No one could fight him. No one would last. I want to tell you about those hands. About those special, powerful hands. He helped the orphan. He helped the orphans, carried the weak. Helping the needy was all he would seek. Abbas's father, king of the people, king of the Muslims, fighter of evil. Ali, first Imam, chosen by Allah, adored by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu. Ali is love. Ali is the mind. Ali is everything to humankind. Chosen from above, Ali the Mawla. Ali was born in Kaaba of Allah. Ali kissed Abbas in his little cradle. Ali kissed his hands. Ali kissed his hands for what they were able. Isn't that beautiful? That Imam Ali alayhi salam loved Hazrat Abbas because of all the beautiful things that Hazrat Abbas was doing. Ali kissed his hands for what they were able. See, dear believer, those were the hands. Abbas's special, special hands. Hassan loved Abbas. Hussein loved Abbas. If you are a Muslim, you must love Abbas. When Abbas was a teen, barely past 14, his injured father, there's Imam Ali alayhi salam, when he was passing away because he had been injured by the sword of Ibn Muljam, curse be upon him. And here is Hazrat Abbas, he's called by his father, making him promise and telling him what his mission in life is going to be. When Abbas was a teen, barely past 14, his injured father shared a painful scene. You must be strong. You must be glad. Do it for Islam, my wonderful lad. His beloved father whispered in his ear, I've got to tell you, my passing is near. My dear sweetheart, my gift from Allah, stay with your brother Hussein in Karbala. Years went by. Wicked of the evil, ruler of the thieves, nasty like his father, his name was Yazid. He stole the throne, called himself the king, needed Hussein's backing so he could succeed. Meanwhile, Hussein and Abbas lived in Medina. With us, you are much needed. Imam Hussain knew this was the clue. This was what Allah wanted him to do. Followers of Yazid, sinful and insane, were ordered to bring the son of Ali, Hussein. Thousands of soldiers helping this evil stopped Hussein and all of his people. They ordered Hussein, you go to Yazid. If you don't listen, you will not succeed. We won't let you get to the city of Kufa, nor we let you go back to Medina. Hussein wouldn't shake hands of the devil. Yazid, like Shaitan, was foul and evil. Family and friends with Abu Abdullah, all were rerouted to land of Karbala. They were exhausted. It was very hot. Camped in a place by a river called Furat. However, the nasty, mean soldiers could wait no longer. They blocked the Muslims from getting water. Hoping for surrender from thirst and hunger, family of Hussein and believers in Allah were without water in the land of Karbala. Babies were thirsty and women were tired. Some were even sick, burning like fire. Yet, bowing to Yazid, no one desired. 72 men, perfection defined, fighting for Hussein with Allah on their mind. Abbas was along. He was 35. He knew very well that dark days had arrived. He was with Hussain, loving brother, holding the flag. There's Hazrat Abbas holding the flag right there. Right there. See that? 72 men. Abbas was along. He was 35. He knew very well the dark days had arrived. He was with Hussain, loving brother, holding the flag, the highest of honor. He held up the flag so high and so tight, so tight. It was for Allah and all the people's right. Days had gone by and the sun was too bright. Old and young were dying in the fight. Cries of the kids, worries of the mothers. His brother in pain could go no further. Suddenly Abbas heard his name was called. By a man in red. Abbas was appalled. Shimr ibn Zuljashan, this is who I am, cousin of your mother. Come on, my brother. Oh, Abul Fadl, don't be so proud. You're getting a chance. Leave that crowd. Bring your family, we don't mind. Abbas, join us. Leave Hussain behind. Abbas was angered. Oh, he was so mad. Ibn Zulshan, you are not a man. May you feel the wrath of Almighty Allah. You are going against Abu Abdullah. I am Abbas, servant of Allah. I am on earth for Muhammad sallallahu. Third man on earth, Hussain, my brother. I will give my life. Third Imam on earth, Hussain, my brother. I will give my life. It is my honor. I am Abul Fadl, son of Murtada. My hands are to serve the young of Mustafa. Little Sakina couldn't be tougher. Thirsty, she cried out. Uncle, some water. Hush, my little niece, cry no longer. I'm gonna fight them to get you some water. I don't fear them. He looked at the soldiers. Water for babies, these are my orders. He picked up a bottle and jumped on his horse. He held the flag up and high, of course. Many came at once. They couldn't fight him. All were frightened of this strong fighter. Got to the river. He filled up the bottle. River was ashamed. Furat was troubled. Abbas was thirsty. He needed water. I cannot drink before my brother. Poured the water back into Al-Furat. River seemed to beg, drink, it's too hot. He hung the canteen from his shoulder. He held the flag high, that strong soldier. Glowing in love, Allah's desire. No one approached that radiant fighter. Look at this. Look at the arrows coming. The evilest of men came up with a scheme, shared those thoughts to his horrible, sick team. I cannot fight him. I am not the man. We will shoot arrows. That is my plan. Then we will attack when he is too weak. All of us at once. We have to sneak. We will take from him those powerful hands. Abbas's special hands. They attacked Abbas when he was too weak, stole his right hand. They felt the mystique. Abbas with his left grabbed the canteen. They took the left hand. Oh, he held it with his teeth. No one's ever seen such a perfect scene. Flag had fallen, and he had no hands. His blood boiling on Karbala's sands. Babies need water. All he could think. My niece Sakina needs water to drink. But they shot their arrows at the bottle soon. That broke the heart of the Hashimi moon. As Abbas fell down from his horse, he heard Sayyidah Fatima's voice. "It's okay, my son. I am right here. I am with you now. Abbas, my dear." Here's Hazrat Abbas laying on the sands of Karbala. Here comes Imam Hussain. Imam Hussain wept, holding him so tight. "You gave your hands for God and people's right." Here he is holding Hazrat Abbas on his lap. Abbas didn't care about his hands. Fulfilled a promise to God and his dad. Imam Hussain was holding him tight, saying, "You gave your hands for God and people's right." Abbas didn't care about his hands. Fulfilled a promise to God and his dad. His heart was in pain, hurting so bad. Abbas was ashamed. Abbas was so sad. Abbas moaned and said, "Sorry, my master. I wasn't able to bring you some water. I beg you, master, my Mawla, my pastor, don't take me back to my niece and my sister. I cannot look at your sweet little daughter. Couldn't bring Sakina a little bit of water." Sighed and said Hussain, "My back is broken." Tears said the words that weren't spoken. Abbas tried to pull away from Hussain. Said Hussain, "Dearest, let me ease your pain. Please don't try to comfort my pain. Tomorrow, my Mawla, alone you will remain. Holding me like this makes me feel better. Who will be there to hold you, my master?" Imam Hussain asked him with his throat so tight. Tears were the only thing Hussain couldn't fight. "All our lives you've called me your Mawla. Call me your brother, my thirsty, sweet Saga." Saga is an Arabic, in Urdu, it's an Arabic word for carrier. A title that Abbas has, which is Sakaya Sakina. So in Farsi it would be, or in Arabic, Saga. "Oh my brother," the last words he whispered. Abbas was one that alone was his brother. But Allah Almighty gave Abbas 2 wings. Look at here's Hazrat Abbas now with 2 wings. But Allah Almighty gave Abbas 2 wings. Of all the heroes, indeed you are the king. And subhanallah, this is a hadith of Imam Jaffer Sadiq as well, that Hazrat Abbas alayhi salam gave up his arms, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give him wings, just like the brother of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Hazrat Jaffer, who is known as Jaffer at-Tayyar, which means the Jaffer with the wings, the one who can fly. And so Hazrat Abbas also, like his uncle, who had lost his arms in a battle, both of them will be given this gift of having wings in heaven. And so alhamdulillah, today a special day indeed, when we are remembering this most brave young brother of Imam Hussain alayhi salam. That was so beautiful, Auntie. I really loved hearing about how Hazrat Abbas worked with his hands. And today I want to make a promise that I will use my hands to do good things for Islam. Will you hurt anybody with those hands, Ali? No. These hands are a gift from God. And I want to be like Hazrat Abbas. I want to use my hands to help people, to stroke the head of an orphan and to make that orphan feel that I am there to serve them. I don't want to ever bully anybody with these hands. I want to maybe I can't give my arms in a battle like Hazrat Abbas, but I can serve like Hazrat Abbas did. I can use my hands for good things like Hazrat Abbas did, can't I? Yes. And Ali, remember one thing, and these are the words of Payam Azmi, who is a poet in Lucknow, and he wrote that those hands, and what he was saying, and that he said it in Urdu, what he's basically saying is, if these hands cannot help another brother the way Hazrat Abbas's hands did, then what right do we have to cry for Hazrat Abbas and to hit our chest in his name? These hands have not done anything if they have not helped somebody. These hands are not special. They are not in the name of Abbas, in his love, if we don't use it to help other people, but also to help our fellow brothers and sisters, those that we're born with. So you're going to be nice to your sister now, right? Yeah, I'm sorry that I've been mean to her. And sometimes when we're angry, I kind of hit her. Sometimes I pull her hair, and I've done bad things, and I'm really, really sorry. Allah, forgive me. Make me like Abbas. Make me like him, so I can Allah to make us, Ya Allah, like Hazrat Abbas. Make us like those people who served their brother and their sister. Oh Allah, give these hands the tawfiq to always be good and have good morals and values, just like Hazrat Abbas, Abul Fadl, the father of virtues, was. Let us have those virtues. Today we celebrate the birth of this role model, one that we can look up to and say, we are lovers of Abbas. Today we are so happy that we can call out, Ya Abbas, help me for the sake of Sakina, who you loved so much. Help us. We use the wasila of Bibi Sakina. We say, for the sake of Bibi Sakina, O Abbas. And if we can do that, then Hazrat Abbas can also ask something from us. He can say, sure, I will give you your dua, but you also take care of each other. You also be like me, so that I can be proud that you are my follower. You are proud that you are my follower. I want to be proud that you are my follower. And so let us today, on this birthday of Hazrat Abbas, be a good person. Don't ever lie. Don't ever cheat. Don't ever hurt anybody. Don't ever bully anybody. And never ever use these hands, Ali, to ever hurt anybody. Promise? I promise. And in these days of coronavirus, also, let's keep those hands clean. Keep your hands washed. Do not put your hands in your mouth or touch your face. Be clean at all times and stay at home until the virus is cleared, so that we can be part of the good deed of keeping the virus away from others. Take care of each other, and always, always do your salah on time. Use these hands to say Allahu Akbar. Use your hands to say Ya Hussain. Use your hands to say Labbaik Ya Hussain. And use these hands to write beautiful poetry about Hazrat Abbas, and to write stories like my sister friend Fatima did. And mashallah, may God bless all those who around the world are doing their best to right now recite mankabats and to do all these beautiful things, so that this day can be celebrated. So this book is published by Tariq-e-Tarsil Quran, and you can write to them. They are on Facebook, as well as they have a website as well. And in the comment section, I'm going to inshallah put the link to hearing how this beautiful story is read, the poetry especially, by this sister. And I don't know if you're going to be able to hear. I'm going to just put it on for a second so that you can hear how beautifully she's done it.
I want to tell you about a man, the shining moon of the Hashim clan.
See?
His name was Abbas. What a noble man. Abbas was the prince of the Arabian lands.
Beautiful.
He had two special hands.
mashallah. So I'm going to put the link, and you can watch the pictures of the book as well as hear the voice of Sister Fatima as she tells the story. God bless her and her family, and do support her by buying the book. She's written other books about Hadith Kisa and other many books, beautiful hardcover books, and they're available through World Federation. They're also available through other websites, I think Amazon as well. So they're there. And if possible, I'm going to put the pictures of the books in the comment section as well. All right. Thanks very much for tuning in today and being with me for the entire hour. God bless you. And thank you, Ali, for being such a great friend today so we could teach kids about Hazrat Abbas today. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. And inshallah, if you want to watch more videos by Zakira Sheyrose and myself and my sister Zainab and other puppets, tune in to her website, www.zakirasheyrose.com, and all our puppet shows are there. You can also go into YouTube and just write Zakira Sheyrose, and many puppet shows will show up there. We come on Ahlelbayt TV, so inshallah you can find us there as well. But check out her website because that has all the videos. Thank you, Ali, and inshallah, until next time, wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.